witty style, Lou Dobbs. From Fox Business Network, host and author, Lou Dobbs, author of the book Upheaval. Lou, it's a pleasure. Happy New Year.
Hey, Happy New Year. Great to be with you. Thank you.
So, you have a chance to take inventory of some of the problems, national debts, government encroachment, I imagine on individual liberty and free markets, the petulant private sector unions. So, what is the biggest challenge that America faces right now, Lou?
I think the biggest challenge we're facing is a two-party political system that isn't working. And as a result, we are electing people who are not governing well and who are not serving faithfully the national interest. And this goes to both political parties. We've had disastrous public policy and governance and foreign policy over the course of the last three administrations, and we've got to do much, much better than that.
Okay, that puts me in a fork in the road. You say a two-party system that's not working because it's not a true two-party system. It's kind of like one party with two different names, or do we need a third party? What say you?
I think that what we need to do is energize, in particular, the Republican Party. And when I say that two parties acting, when you say two parties acting as one, I think that's much of what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Both political parties talk about their various programs. Republicans say they've got to limit government. They continue to expand government.
Yeah.
Democrats talk about expanding government programs, and they're expanding government and also not solving the problems. So the Republican Party has got to make a decision, and that is whether or not they're going to serve faithfully their values and what is a heritage of making the country work, that is, with prudent fiscal policies, with constrained, not unlimited, foreign policy, and making it clear to the American people where their interests lie when it comes to job creation, to the creation of opportunity in the private sector and economic growth. That is the importance of a prosperous nation.
If I could stay on the party topic with you for just
Sure.
a second, with this identity crisis that exists within the GOP and the suppression by the leadership of citizens who recently ran to the front lines of warfare, political warfare, these Tea Party candidates that became politicians, the suppression of their voice right now in D.C. What is, I hate to make you a forecaster, prognosticator here, but what does your gut tell you? What is the future for the GOP from this point on?
The future of the GOP will be determined this year, Sergio. I honestly believe this powerfully. That if the rather orthodox establishment of the GOP leadership succeeds in pushing out the Tea Party from the Republican Party, they will not only not win the Senate, they will lose control of the House and effectively might as well write off 2016 at the same time. This is a party that needs to be embracing as many voices and views and people, including Democrats, for crying out loud, whom they should be trying to convert to the Republican values and standards. Instead, trying now to push away the people who organize the most energetic popular expression of the popular will in the past 50 years in the Republican Party. It's madness.
The 2010 political tsunami, the earthquake that was created by the Tea Party, and this flood of citizens that went to D.C., we saw that wane a bit in 2012. And, I was reminded of a quick poll that I saw this morning. It was on Fox. I don't remember the source of it, but I was impressed by a 7-3 margin. It said that big government is the biggest threat to America right now.
Absolutely.
Why do we not see this reflected, energized into a political pushback at the moment?
Because right now there's so many Americans who are, frankly, very suspicious of the private sector, who are suspicious of the Republican Party in Washington, D.C., and while they despair of the direction the government is going, despair of the direction that this administration is leading us, the Republicans are not articulating a vision and a direction and a view that's any more comforting to those folks who will be voting in November. Because we have, frankly, a Speaker of the House of Representatives, the principals in Washington, and a minority leader who are actually waging war on the Tea Party
Yes.
instead of trying to move the country ahead.
All right, Patriot. Thank you much, Lou. It's a pleasure. We'll keep in touch. The name of the book, Upheaval. Lou Dobbs from Fox Business Network joining us on 710 KURV.